I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Championship Sunday semifinal action here in the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series Event 2 Women's Semifinal this afternoon, brought to you by Curling Stadium Beaumont. And we're here at the Beaumont Curling Club for the semifinal game between Ashley Thevenot and Kerry Galusha. Thevenot from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, and Galusha from Yellowknife. We're just getting started. The teams had practice session, and I'm assuming that Thevenot had last rock due to having the better record during the round robin. Thevenot came through with 3-0, and Kerry Galusha came through as 3-1 was her final record, or probably 2-1, and then won the quarterfinal game this morning to make her 3-1. So Shona Barber lead for Galusha, sends the first stone into the forefoot, and as tradition, we will play a hit on that one here in the first end with lead Kaylin Skinner. Out-turn hit. She's curling pretty hard. Maybe a little light for the first end, and she will not get it. Sometimes that happens early in the game when you just go out, maybe you haven't been out there in practice, and just underthrow that first hit a little bit. And this ice has got a lot of curl, and you can miss some on the low side. So Shona Barber now will be asked to throw one top four in the center. And that's fine. My name's Jim Nix, by the way, and I will probably be joined here shortly by my partner, Terry Corbin, but he's been a little tied up. Just hasn't quite joined us here yet today. So a double possibility here for Skinner on her second throw here in the first end. This is going to be close. Keep it a little bit straight. And very nicely done. So a little redemption there for Kaylin after missing the first one. You see the replay here. Nice looking throw. Sweepers don't have to do too much here. Just making it curl a little and then probably just holding it straight at the end. There we go. Nice throw. So second stone now will be Sydney Galusha. She will pick it out and roll out. So we have a clean house. First second stone for Thevenot will be Taylor Stremick. And very nicely done. Sits right on the tee line. Option there would have been to throw the corner guard, but many teams don't get super aggressive in the first hand. They like to kind of go up and down the sheet a little bit, put their feet under them and all that kind of thing, and knock it into any kind of messes. So Thevenot appears to be in running in that vein of thought. And a nice roll back to the center. So an in-turn hit this time. And fine shot.
Mine's good. Mine's good.
We hit this one's curling a little bit. Should hang around. And it will. Thevenot's going to ask Skylar Ackerman to play the out-turn hit here. Interesting story, because Thevenot played for Skylar Ackerman last year, and Ackerman decided to step away from curling a little bit this year, a little less curling at least, and I'll go on with that story here in a second once we finish this shot. This looks fine. So they picked up Brittany Tran to play third for them, and Brittany Tran this week is in Newfoundland playing for Kerry Galusha at the Coyote National Grand Slam event. So as a result, they reached out to Skylar, and Skylar said sure, and or I don't know, they might have had to twist her arm, but she's here anyways, and obviously a good team and a good teammate since they went to the Scotties last year and just barely missed the playoffs on the last shot draw measurement stuff. So another open hit. It's time for Megan Kohler. They might have these reverse the players possibly, because Galusha's going down the ice and she just threw. So we might have the order reverse. We'll try to verify that as we go here by reading the jackets, if you will. Another out-turn hit for Ackerman. Have to go to get this one to stay, but we'll roll out. So just a draw to the middle for Kerry Galusha. It's a nice way to have it in the first end. Get a chance to, I know you've just had practice, but get a chance to throw a nice draw in the first end with no heat on anything, just a great little practice shot. And she does it very well. Kerry's been around, as most of you know, for a long time. Been to many, many Scotties. Don't know how many. I haven't had a chance to look all that up, but really been there so as long as I can remember. And in recent memories, had some pretty good runs at the Scotties, to be honest. And most recently with Joanne Rizzo throwing skips rocks for her, Kerry calling the game. Kerry's also the sister of Jamie and Kevin Cooley, who you all would recognize as well. Jamie's here this week, and if I'm not mistaken, in the semifinals now on the men's side of this event. So the intern hit for Thevenot. And this looks pretty good. She'll try to hit this and just stay right there, trying to make the blank end as difficult as she can. It's just if you got to get a 6-foot roll, that's easier than getting a 2-foot roll. So if you can make the opposition have to roll 6 feet to get it out, even better. A little bit of cleaning going on. And she's going to be fine. Stays pretty much right there. I will try to blank this. Interesting ice selection here. I'm thinking she's throwing an intern and trying to hit it on the low side, if you will, right where the broom is. Expecting absolutely zero curl. Nope, she's throwing the out turn. So she's going, looks like an out turn, and it looks like it's going to go maybe across the face. I'm not sure yet. We'll have to wait and see. Or maybe it just goes that straight on that turn. Lots of rotation. That's always helpful when trying to blank, but I'm not sure if this one's going to go out. No, she will end up staying. So Ashley Thevenot, whether she likes it or not, will pick up 1 point here in the first end. Take a 1-0 lead over Kerry Galusha here in the semifinals of the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series event. We'll take a short break and be back with you soon.
Don't forget your brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on up. Well, what do you got? You got 1, you got 2, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
So welcome back. And number 2 here in our semifinal match between Galusha and Thevenot. right away, the center guard goes up for Thevenot, so expect things to get a little bit more action in this end than the previous end, and it's always more fun to watch, so we'll be happy if that happens. Center guard's on a perfect position there, just touching the center line, so it can't be moved off of that center line. Shona Barber being asked to come around it. Looks pretty good, I think, from here. So sneaks by. No, maybe not. Not going to quite get by. I mean, it wasn't bad. She would have been probably maybe bite the 12-foot with that. She needed just a hair more weight to make it work. So Thevenot call the same shot, but on the in turn. Need to worry about two center guards or two line-up guards or anything this early in the game. I don't want to make it too complicated, so she's going right in. This one's curling hard as well, and probably a little light as well. She's maybe just tap that. She really doesn't like to stagger those too much, but she will. So a little light. A lot of curl on this ice. It's been great ice. We've been here a couple times now this year, probably maybe even 3 times this year, and every time it's been wonderful. Certainly, Matt Yo has done a great job in preparation of the surface, and Tim's Ice Manufacturing Limited is a major sponsor here of this event, along with Hack2House, so we appreciate their support and everything they do, and they make ice for a lot of curling clubs in the area, and it's great surface, so it'll be a lot of fun to play on, I'm sure. This one's going to look a little better, and if it's not too deep, it should be good, but looks like it's going to be a little bit heavy. Just slides through. So team's having a little trouble adjusting here for draw weight, but won't take long before they get it figured out. So Thevenot playing that same in-turn draw. Seeing if we can find the house along the way here. Lots of curl, so if you get the weight down, I'm sure it'll be buried back there. This rotation on this one. This is second stone Taylor Stremick. This is very nice. Needs a little more. Yeah, I would have liked to have gone a little further, but you can see the curl. Obviously, it's there's loads of curl there, so that's good. Here he's going to get rid of some guards here. Probably not a bad idea at this point. Try to make the double peel. Should be fairly easy to do. Well, I don't know what was going on there. Seemed like the music came on for a minute. I had to get a couple dance steps in or something. Need to have a little weight on this. You want this to hit on the high side for sure. Needs to curl a bit. Just a hair more and it should be okay. It should get rid of all the reds. And it does. Very nice shot for Stremick. Not for Stremick, sorry, I'm on the wrong team here for a minute. Here we go. See if they're better here. Yeah, nicely played, nicely thrown. Don't have to throw rockets at those when they're like that. They're frozen together. You can get those to move pretty good. I'm not exactly sure what the lineup is on the Galusha squad here. We're just going to have to go with what we see, but this is not the same lineup that we have on our page, but 3 of them are the same. Very nice. So if Kerry decides to peel the guard again, or if she'll go in. Looks like a peel coming. She's coming out here to the front. It's a straight peel. Not trying to run back on this. It's a long way back to make a run back, and chances are you might not even make contact and still leave a guard out there, so you don't want to do that. Didn't really accomplish too much there. Did get the one out of the house, but left the center guard out. So Ackerman will try to draw right around that. It's a long guard. It's hard to get them. And the guards that are that long, it's hard to get them in there in a place where they can't be removed. But we can keep it a little bit high. Sometimes it's a little bit harder to make that. This looks like it could be good. Nicely done. Probably get it on the out turn though. To go hard to make this curl. Working it, working it, working it. Great sweeping. This looks a little bit light. So Kerry Galusha now is going to ignore all of that and come right in on the out turn. Makes sense. You get the advantage 3 rocks to 2 here, as long as you can put this one in a good place. So Sydney Galusha playing third. Oh, that's a nice shot. Beauty. Well done, Galusha. See the replay here. This is almost on the outside yellow guard, just barely gets by that, and then just totally buries behind the double guard. So excellent shot. Good position to maybe pick up your deuce. So we have figured out, while the girls are talking, we have figured out the lineup here. It looks like that Galusha's fifth player, Ella Skauge, I'm not sure exactly how to say it, Skauge, is playing in this game at second stone, and Sydney Galusha has moved up to third stone. So then we got the players now, so we got it kind of figured out. Everybody's having some lunch in the background. Must not have been very much time between their quarterfinal game this morning and the semifinal game. I'm sure there wasn't. There usually isn't on Sunday. Usually it's, you try to get something into you when you can get it in. If you keep going, you don't have a lot of time between draws. So Thevenot now is going to try to follow that down and just set it on the corner. I think more to try to prevent the deuce than anything else, because I don't know that she can get shot rock with this. So it's on its way. Goes on it right away. So it's got to do some curling based on Ashley's hollering from the hack. It's got to get by that, and it won't quite get by. So in some trouble now for sure. She hasn't got a lot of options, and the Reds are staggered, so that makes them difficult. You could run the one that's on the center line, but I don't know for sure if you can get past the higher one, but it'd be close. So Galusha now is got to figure out where she can best go to maybe get a deuce, or maybe even get three. Looks like she might come through that hole. Wow. Interesting decision. You certainly have the whole sheet on the right-hand side, or the left-hand side as we look at it down the sheet. To play the in-turn, you could have no worries, no difficulty getting in there. And even on this side, you might play the tap, which might be fairly easy. That's not a very big hole to go through, but if you get through there, I'll tell you, you're in great shape to maybe pick up a three. Kerry Galusha settling in here for this outturn draw. So nice to curl. The good news for her is if it stays out there, it is her own rock, so you could almost get a split off it even. If it curls a little more, not quite going to work. Good effort. That was a tough shot, just judging by the one before that. It seemed like that was going to be a difficult task making it through that hole. You might have been able to go ahead and play the split with a little bit more weight than that and roll them both on. That would have been a reasonable decision for sure. So Thevenot's going to try the double. If she makes a double, she's going to be fully buried behind three guards and make things very rough for Galusha to score. But a really tough double. Got to hit maybe half a stone or so with some weight. A little bit of a speed wobble there. Looked like she got back on track though. I think this is going to curl too much. And she'll hit it right on the nose. So good try. Sometimes you have that little bit of loss of balance on the delivery. It is hard to get back exactly where you were. So Kerry Galusha now has just got to draw basically to the 12-foot for her second point. She's great now taking the edge of the 8-foot, just going by what we've seen of this ice traditionally. I think I would be going to the middle of the 12-foot for this shot. I don't really want to have to sweep it real hard just to get it by the guard, but she's probably got a better idea on it than I do. She had to practice a few minutes ago and been playing all weekend long, so I'm guessing that she's going to be very close to having the right ice on all of her shots, really. She's a lot of very experienced veteran, a lot of ice time at high level, so. Girls just talking about it, trying to talk about weight probably here more than anything else, whether or not, since they haven't really been out here, whether or not it's any different than anywhere else on the sheet. So the final rock in the first end, or second end rather, for Kerry Galusha. Those have the head down, going pretty hard. And she's okay for weight. Just have to sneak it by that top guard. And she's going to get by that, and she will have a perfect shot for a 2. So Kerry Galusha picks up a 2 here in their semifinal game. And the women's side of the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series event. We'll be back right after the break.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
So we're back for end number 3. Kerry Galusha with a 2-1 lead over Ashley Thevenot here at the Beaumont Curling Club. Semi-final game. I just said earlier, Galusha did play a game this morning. Played earlier today, and she defeated Hannah Phillips to advance here to the semi-finals. And Thevenot, by virtue of going 3-0 in the round robin, I had to bye directly to the semifinals. So the guard went up a little bit off the center line. So Thevenot's going to ask her lead, Kaylin Skinner, to come around it, and what a sweeping job. Holy smokes. Great sweeping job by and they feel it. You can see watching it's kind of a little wobbly. Skylar Ackerman, if that was Skylar sweeping on there, she was a skip last year, and I don't know how many other years, but so she's certainly a strong sweeper. Got a good start. Guard going back up by Galusha. She's going to throw a guard that hopefully will end up on the center line. Might be a corner freeze even on the red would be okay. That might be actually where she's trying to go, but she's going to end up with the guard. And will it stop? And it will not quite, but I haven't seen many people playing the tick shots anymore. It's even whether they can or not doesn't seem to get played very much this year. So another come around for Skinner. I'd like to be around, probably maybe bite the top of the 4-foot, somewhere in that area. A little less sweeping on this one. Looks pretty good. Well, just a smidge deep, but pretty good end for Kaylin Skinner. 2 pretty good shots. The only trouble with it all is when you have a hammer and you're going around all those center guards, sometimes you just throw one that goes a couple feet too deep and it comes back to haunt you. So second stone, Ella Skage. Again, I'm not sure we've got the pronunciation 100% right, so Ella's family or friends are watching. I apologize for that. I'm just not sure if it'd be Skage or Skage. It's going to be a little light on this. It's a little light, but it's never a horrible thing for the front ends when you don't have last rock to be light on shots. I mean, occasionally it might not be very good, but most of the time, light is definitely the preferred miss if you're going to miss it. Almost seems a little bit like an oxymoron because you're, try to teach people and everything to make sure everything's all positive. You're positive about the shot, confident with the shot, and all of that kind of stuff. And then you say, but if you're going to miss it this way. So it's kind of the tolerance thing has always been a little bit of a quandary in my mind as to how that really works so good. So the out-turn draw, a chance to sit 3 here for Thevenot. If they can get this by, it's going to be good, but it looks like it's going to be on the front one. And it is. Welcome back, Terry.
Yeah, what a disaster this was. Trying to get my internet. I've had to reboot 3 times.
Yeah, we just thought that Jerry just gave you the wrong time. He mentioned that the time had changed somewhere and that you had missed it. I said, well, I don't know, I got it. And he figured that was just pure luck. So I said, okay, well, he'll be along then when he gets here. I'll just give him a hard time for being so late. But
that's right. Well, and I did. I saw the change in time, so.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple ends in here. It's just nothing much happened in the first end. Thevenot hit and stayed unintentionally on her last shot. And the second end, Kerry Galusha, Sydney Galusha made a great draw to set up a deuce, and Kerry made a deuce, and now it's 2-1 lead. So a little light on that one.
I'm up to date, am I?
You're up to date, yeah. That's all there is. That's all we got. And we've got some different, if you're reading who's playing and all that kind of stuff, and I don't know if you have that in front of you, but if you do, they're not exactly correct. So I believe that Thevenot is right, and Kerry Galusha just has one player changed, and somebody moved up to Sydney moved up to play third. I'm guessing Sydney Galusha might be her daughter. I really don't know.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Yeah, just heads up, Jim. Sydney and Ella are junior players.
Oh, they both are?
Sydney
Okay.
is Kerry's daughter.
Okay, thanks.
So this kind of goes to Kerry Galusha, technically, quote, retired last season. And
Right.
but instead what she's doing is she's actually playing a quieter schedule and now playing with her daughter, which I imagine is pretty amazing as well.
Yeah, exactly, yeah. Yeah, that's kind of where my head was going. I didn't know if she'd be a junior or not, but I kind of thought it seemed like I knew that Kerry was presumably retired, so I thought, well, surprised to see her, but maybe that explains it, and it does. This one could sneak by. If it sneaks by, it's a great shot, but I think it's going to crash on that guard. A lot of curl on this sheet, Terry. It's it's the same rink we've been here, and there's lots of curl anyway. But it just seems like maybe somewhere along the way that they've done a little work on rocks or something. I feel like the sheet has more curl than we've seen so far, by a little bit at least. But still great though. Some conversation going to happen here because it's gotten pretty messy up here. Thevenot with hammer. You don't always want to throw a lot of guards on opposition stones when I have a hammer, but I think you're going to throw the out turn come around here by the time they're done, but we'll see. Nope, going to throw that guard.
Yeah.
Would you go this way with this shot, Terry? What would you be thinking? I know you haven't seen the ice or anything yet, but...
No, but you and I've talked about this. I mean, sometimes when you play the guard on the side that you're trying to protect and you're going with the curl, it's a lot harder to make that guard. I like this, playing the out turn.
Yeah.
It does look harder, though.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought they might even just ignore that and take a chance and come right around the other
Come
side.
around on the out turn. Yeah, I actually really like that.
Yeah.
Because if they're going to promote that red rock, that yellow rock, I mean, I don't even think you can direct it right onto the red.
No. Well, and if you make this really good, you're pretty much going to force her into playing the out turn herself. Kerry's going to have to do the out turn come around, which might beat you at the end of the end. But anyway, we'll see where it goes, see what happens. Skylar Ackerman. Just a little bit.
This is actually... Ooh, hold on now.
It doesn't stop her from playing some sort of a lightweight hit at this shot. Just can't play a draw weight shot probably now, but... It definitely could play a, I don't know what, hack or board or something here. That rock rolled or moved or whatever, rolled, slid, whatever, further from that guard when it touched than I thought it would. It barely really touched. I didn't think it would go that far. Didn't think it would leave a hole at all. So here it goes. Looks like something around hack weight for Kerry Galusha. Jerry told us Galusha and Skage, both junior players of the Yellowknife. This looks pretty good. If it doesn't over curl, it's going to crash the guard. Yeah, I say a lot of curl. Just give yourself a little bit more room. Even Kerry's last draw on the second end was they had to work really hard to get up by guards that we really had no business going close to. So, but it curled a lot. So guard going back up again. It'll be very interesting if she makes this. I really think Kerry Galusha's had a lot of experience and played a lot of games, at very important games, and she's played lead the last few years. So draw weight is something she usually has in her back pocket, and you're going to leave her that out turn draw. I don't know how you're getting it out if she makes it. But here we go. This should be okay. Yeah, well done.
But as you say, I mean, she's now given Kerry an opportunity to get her rock in there first.
Yeah.
Now she would like to get this right to the tee, I'm sure, to leave herself room for 2.
Well, yeah, and Galusha doesn't have hammer here, so.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry, my mistake.
Yeah. So she's but she can take away a lot of these. Take away almost everything from Thevenot if she makes it, buries this one. Even if she's not shot, she can probably get it to a place where now I don't know how Thevenot scores another point. But anyway, we'll see what she does. First of all, she's got to make it, and this is probably a new side and all of that. So there's no gimme, even though it's just a simple, simple draw. But they're not all that simple sometimes if you haven't been out there and you're guessing a little bit on weight or ice or both.
Are a little on, off.
Yeah, I think she's by. I think she's okay that way. Just looking to get some curl. Had to go a little deeper to get it to curl, but not a bad shot.
Yeah, pretty good weight.
Yeah, really nice shot. I think she cleared the guard. We couldn't really see very well there, but I think she cleared the guard by a lot. So, if she ever gets a chance to do it again, I think she'd be able to feel pretty good about what it would take to get a little closer to that. But yeah, pretty good judgment, pretty good guess on the weight for the first shot. The first end, nobody could make a draw. Both teams were struggling. They were heavy and they were light and everything else. They just couldn't find draw weight at all. But
so Megan Kohler's usually the third for Galusha, is she not?
Yeah.
She's away.
She's not here anyway. I don't know exactly where she is, but she's not here.
Yeah, that's Shauna Barber on the front end. So Ella, who's their 5th, has moved into the lineup, and looks like Sydney has moved up to 3rd.
Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah. This has got to get by. Don't think so.
No.
So, Kerry probably has a little bit more room to work with here. Yeah, I don't really like the way that they played this in the last few shots. They tried to throw the guard twice on that side, and I think it's just I don't think you can play that way. I think you gotta go right in and say, well, you go ahead and take your crack at it, but I'm sitting 3 now.
Yeah, fairly defensive.
Yeah. Kerry Galusha now will try to get this, or she can get a little more curl than she had the last time, or get a little tighter to those guards. She may even be able to get shot rock here. And anything but heavy makes a deuce really almost impossible for Thevenot.
Yeah, I would think the tolerance would be, 8 foot.
Yeah. It's funny you talk. I was just talking about tolerance the last end, and
I hate that word.
Well, tolerant, whatever you want to call it. It's like it talked about how we train people not to think that way. Gotta go. Not going to get by, I don't think. No. And left a hole, which is even worse. So now you get an open hit for 3. More or less open hit. As open as you're going to get, an open hit for 3. And that's why sometimes teaching strategy is so tough, because it would be hard to have this discussion after the game and say, you know what, we didn't really play that in the way we should have played that in. But we got 3, especially with kids. When you're dealing with kids, it's impossible to get them to understand that. But anyway, so we were talking about tolerance there just for a minute, and the fact that, you have to, if you're going to miss on this side and all that kind of stuff. And it's just counterintuitive to what you're trying to teach on one side, and then say, well, yeah, but if you're going to miss it this way. The pro side or amateur side miss or whatever it is, however you want to call it, it's interesting. It's a bit of an odd discussion sometimes. So an open hit, relatively open hit now for Ashley Thevenot, as she has attempts to score 3 here in this third end. Final rock of the third end. Got to go to get it by. Got to go hard to get it by.
Close.
And she will just
Wow.
barely sneak it by. But that's all you needed to do, and a tremendous shot by Ashley Thevenot, and she will pick up 3 here in the third end of our semifinal match, and we will return right after the break with Thevenot having a 4-2 lead.
I don't remember a time when curling wasn't a part of my life. When I wasn't putting in the sweat and hard work to be the best that I can be. Clocking in the time, the effort to practice day in, day out. Curling is more than just a game. It's a family, a community. And when it's time to play, I know I'll be ready. Hardline, supporting hundreds of our next generation athletes.
Join us this March for the House of Hearts Charity Bonspiel in Duluth, Minnesota. Help raise funds for Project Joy, who provides meals for hungry kids in our community. Every donation helps to ensure no child goes hungry. Join us and make a difference. Together, we can spread joy.
So we're back for the fourth end. Terry, they didn't get to see all of that end, but interesting finish.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Squeak by, great sweeping.
Yeah,
Up
yeah,
to
nice
3.
shot through that hole. Yeah, really nice shot through that hole. Kerry would be kicking herself a little bit with her shot. She stays away from that guard almost anywhere else. Doesn't open up that hole. She would have only given up probably the single, but that happens sometimes. Sometimes you know what you can't do, and you go ahead and do it anyways. Always a weird thing in curling. So trails by 2 now, playing the fourth end. Good end to get to. Try to tie this up and get the hammer on the even ends and move on. So Shona Barber. Just overcurls ever so slightly, but that's a good shot. Just a freeze attempt here for Thevenot. Here lead, Galen Skinner.
We were having an interesting conversation about how, teams go around, and you've built that kind of line with the angles, and it seems, based on our conversation, he who jiggles first loses.
Okay.
Yeah, we were just talking about how, we've seen so many times where the team that decides to kind of rearrange things and call housekeeping doesn't end up on the good end of the stick.
Yeah. Barber asking to come in again. This one's going to be short.
I got to admit our sample size isn't huge, but it was like 5 games, and of the 5 games we were kind of chatting about, all 5 of the games, the team that decided to blow it up did not fare well.
No, is that right?
Yeah.
Thevenot here. If you're Thevenot, what are you thinking here? Terry, you're up 4-2, but you don't have to.
Yeah.
Galusha's got one in almost top 4 foot.
I mean, do you ever try and tap that red?
Yeah, you could, yeah. Because the out-turn draw is probably tough to manage now. Yeah, it's not really there now, so she's basically exactly what she's playing, I think. And I'm not sure if she's trying to make red on yellow or if she's just trying to get the red one in, but it doesn't look like enough ice for like a drawaway type shot. So I'm thinking.
Yeah, I think she's playing a little bit more weight than maybe you and I might play.
Yeah. This looks like it could be really good, though. Oh, it's going to be a beauty.
Yeah.
Oh, tremendous shot by Taylor Stremick. Should be happy with that one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're going to see it come in here now. Just a little bit of clean, just perfectly thrown, and nice, easy one to call, too, for the person in the house. And a little bit on and off, and there you go. Buried it. Great shot. Galusha now going to open things up a little bit.
Yeah, I think she has to.
Yeah, I think it's a good idea. Yeah.
Could have been sweeping that a whole lot earlier.
Yeah, so, I know. I've seen a few of those this weekend. I just don't quite understand. It was just kind of like, well, it's good enough. We'll let it go. And then that red one didn't need to be in the house. So,
Exactly.
yeah. Just a few rocks into the end, but just want to guard up here. So Stremick once again. Let's go. This looks like it's going to line up perfect.
Yeah.
So very nice end for Taylor. 2 beauties.
Yeah.
You're going to try to make a peel run here into the one behind the corner guard. You might as well. You got to peel it anyways. You might as well see if you can pick that one up on the way by. Scotch.
Not gonna get it. It's gonna go right through the hole.
Yeah, that's about the worst case scenario, really. It's always unfortunate, those. I mean, you figure that it's only about at contact, it's probably only about a half an inch one way or the other in one of them, right?
Yeah.
You know, so it seems like it's pretty unfortunate when that happens. You don't get either one. So it looks like we've got, 4 each left to come here.
Yeah.
Into the third stones. Skylar Ackerman filling in on the Thevenot team. As we mentioned earlier, Terry, you weren't here when we were talking about that. Brittany Tran is the regular third on this team, and as you know, she's at the Slam, playing second for Kerry Enerson. Skylar Ackerman came out of semi-retirement or whatever she's doing. Yeah. Play third this week. It's going to be okay. Coming right in. And nicely done.
Yes, very nice.
Just about at a point where you got to make one of these, I think, Terry?
Yeah, we're getting down to that stage at the end.
make some contact at least with something. Preferably the two now, but even if you just get the other one, it probably kicks over a little bit and you end up with some kind of, she's going to get just a high one. Just a guard. A little bit inside on that, I think.
Yeah, we did the Thevenot game yesterday, and Skylar struggled with draw weight, and looks like she's much more comfortable today.
Yeah, Thevenot come into this playoff 3-0, so they've had a good little run. Stay on this one. We're gonna get to walk over there a little bit more. I think I got just enough out of it, maybe.
Yeah, it's half covered, but I mean she's going to curl into the rocks, so she might be able to, move both rocks, but I would think that if she moves it, she's not going to move it that far, the shot rock. So I think hitting and maybe trying to get a roll in behind that, the gardens on the other side is the call.
Yeah.
Or the preference here.
Oof. Didn't get by much, but
yeah, she just touched it. Yeah.
No, it's much better than it was, though.
That's right. That's the bottom line. It's better than it was.
Yeah. Yeah, good result. Well, it's an interesting decision to leave the yellow one where the yellow one is, but I think it's probably mostly just because with the ice it curls this much, it's hard to just tap that up. Like you could hit it up, but it's hard to just kind of, looks like it'd be a very easy tap in there, but it's just not that easy because it just curls too much.
So I'm assuming she's playing the guard? Or is she coming in?
I think she's coming in.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Not certain, though.
I just didn't see if, a definitive gesture one way or the other.
Go soon one way or the other, that's for sure. I think she's got to be. Well, she's going to be really close to that guard, though.
Oh,
yeah.
Super close, as they say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. She must have thrown that really, really, really tight. Because it's never really had a chance, I don't think, getting by the guard right out of her hand, pretty much. And she has opened up a great opportunity now for Galusha.
That's right.
Who was trying to figure out how she was ever going to score a point. Now looking at a pretty good opportunity to maybe get her deuce. I don't think you'd ever turn this into 3, but you could. Probably not if you're playing a draw here, though. You'd almost have to play a hit, and she should never get 3 out of it. But so we'll see where we're going here. I'm not sure. I'm thinking right around. I don't think she's trying to tap, but.
So if you're Sydney, do you ever yell down, "Hey, Mom, where did you have the broom?"
Yeah. No, I suspect she doesn't say too much right now. Still. I don't know when she plays with her junior team, what position she plays, but.
Yeah, I don't know either.
So Kerry Galusha now. It just took a little less ice.
Yeah, she's got to move this about 3 feet, 4 feet.
If she's playing the bump.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not completely sure she's playing that though, Terry. I'm not
Yeah,
sure.
you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Just gotta at least get part of it buried.
Oh yeah, I gotta get a big chunk, I think. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah, nice shot. Might be able to see enough of it to remove it, but it would be very tough if you ever touch the top yellow when you're gonna maybe.
Jesus, yeah. I mean, you talk about kind of fueling the other team's offense. You do that, you could clip that in for a second shot.
Yeah. So I'm thinking she's just playing the freeze to that one.
Yeah. Again, I wish we had a more definitive behavioral action to say yes, she's playing the freeze.
Yeah.
These are those ones too. You kind of really need to decide: are you trying to get shot, or are you really playing to the tolerance?
Yeah. Yeah, because if you think you're playing the freeze, you can't throw enough that you bump that and roll off, because otherwise you're gonna do it the easy two.
Looking pretty good.
Yeah, it does. Looks real good. Speed looks good. Line's good. Much better throw. Yeah, perfect throw.
Yeah, that's a great throw. Yeah.
It's really tough now for Galusha to score too, because there's just no room to work in there. You'll see this coming in. Just the sweeper's just handling it nicely. No panic for anybody. Nice curl. Comes to a halt exactly where they wanted it.
Well, and as you watch them sweep from the 12-foot in, I mean, I think that was, like you said, that was well managed, because they weren't trying to get shot at all.
Yeah. So I think Kerry's trying to draw the 4-foot through the hole, which I guess is still there, actually. It's just my first thought was there's no way to get in there, but there is. She doesn't have to. She just has to barely make it past that outside red one, and could get to the edge of the button. But I'll tell you what, it would be one heck of a shot. She hasn't got a lot of room to draw to. She's got about, I don't know, 3 square inches or something.
Yeah.
Not very much.
Yeah, I mean, you could potentially tick the top red one that's frozen, but I don't think you'd ever spin it, and in order to get it second shot.
No, I
So
see.
you're going to have to miss that
Yeah.
top red one.
I think you're right.
Rotation, maybe.
Looks like it's got
looks
enough
heavy.
weight. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. But they're sweeping for the line a little bit, but unfortunately, I don't think.
Yeah.
Good try. There wasn't very much opportunity there.
Yeah.
For more than a single point. So Kerry Galusha will pick up her 1 here in the 4th inning, and will trail 4-3 at the break. We'll be back in a minute.
Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
Seconds.
Okay.
We like to refer to it as the fourth end break, Jerry.
Yeah, so we're gonna roll another set of commercials in a moment here, but thoughts on the game so far? Quick hit.
It's a little spotty.
Yeah, I mean, there's that third end was full of. Was it the second end or the third end? I forget. Anyway, might have been the third end.
Yeah, it must have been the third end.
Yeah, it was full of like. Wonder what they're really trying to accomplish here, and mind you, Thevenot got the deuce that she was the three she was looking for, but it was kind of a how did that kind of pop up? That was I think that was a much better end of curling, the one that we just had.
Yeah.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline, join the revolution.
So, fourth end break is over. And we're getting going here in the fifth with a 4-3 Thevenot lead over Kerry Galusha. So I guess now for Galusha pretty much has to, I know it's a 1 point deficit, but you got to force a little bit here, I think, Terry. You got to go a little bit hard, even with hammer. You certainly don't go crazy, but you gotta play a little aggressive here because you need to, if nothing else, force her to one here so you can get the hammer back as cheap as you can. That's a little long, that card for sure, but have room to put another one behind it maybe. So going right around on the out turn is Kaylin Skinner. Maybe be a little bit deep.
Yeah.
No, not so much. Came down pretty quick. Kerry's going to ask for a board weight. I thought you might ignore this one. I know you.
Me too.
It's really enough in the end that I think you can afford to be a little bit aggressive. Throw up another center guard or something even, and You don't have to worry yet about that coming back to haunt you anywhere. But she's playing the hit. That's fine. She's not going to hit it, though. She's going to hit the guard.
Ooh.
Just quite light.
Yeah.
She's looking for a board waiting. She didn't have much more than maybe back line at best.
Well, I think, on one level, I mean, she's very fortunate to have a rock in the house, but
yeah,
not having the hammer, I mean, it's probably not going to be a rock that we talk about later on in the end.
True enough. So Thevenot's going to ignore the one in the house. No surprise there. It's only out in the 12-foot. Come right around this guard, which is sort of in that tweener territory we've talked about before. Somewhere, not quite a corner guard, not quite a center guard, but tweener guard. Probably be a good word in Newfoundland, I bet. They probably already use that word. My wife's from Newfoundland. I can say these things.
Okay, all right.
Seems like it would be. So turn draw. Somewhere top 8 foot's a good spot. That's nicely done, I think.
Yeah. Be happy with that.
Yeah. Kerry Galusha going to play the hit and roll with looks like bumper weight. Tough roll, 3 feet. Got to go a good 3 feet, 3.5 feet to get there. Alice Gage. Looking like a nose hit. Good throw, just curls a lot there, I think.
Yeah.
So turn hit for Stremick here. And she'll roll a little bit. Well, those rolls are never great, really. They're sort of rolled just far enough to make it easier for the other team to make the roll.
Yeah.
So Strange with another shot at hitting this one. A little wide, maybe.
A little wide, yeah.
Yeah, it's not that too, yeah. Almost going to get there, though. That's a good shot. Would have been nice to get another few inches of roll, but rolled far enough that the inside roll is difficult for Thevenot. So strike with her second. Ackerman on the brush. Looks like it's going to be on the nose. Pretty close to the nose. Might be a lot for him to flip underneath. Word weight again. So Sydney Galusha. We're on it early. Just trying to make sure it doesn't get away, but I think it's going to hit the top one.
It'll be close.
It ended up in a decent spot.
Yeah.
She's fortunate she almost touched the top guard, actually. If she hit the top guard, it could have been a little bit disastrous.
Yeah. We can't talk about the disasters when they don't happen, Jim.
Oh, yeah. That's a good point. She's going to hit this one now.
Yeah.
I have to believe she's thinking that she's far enough along in the end now to be wanting to sit 2 and not have any yellow ones around. This one's got to curl a bunch. They'll get slow motion hang around.
Fine, yeah.
Yeah. Well, there.
Get it all the way out, dude.
Yeah. I played a little different strategy this Thevenot team, and I can't quite get a feel on how they want to play, how aggressive they want to play, or not aggressive, or I don't know. One of the things I think if I was ever working with them, I'd say, well, we gotta figure out who we are and what we want to do here, mostly because as a coach, I'm sitting here, I can't figure it out. I have that trouble with my own team sometimes, so.
Yeah, no kidding, eh? Have to go hard here and maybe just get a little roll underneath the. Not quite enough, but.
No, good throw though.
Yep.
It was it was set up pretty good that you didn't have to hit it perfectly. You could hit it a little off one way or the other and still make it. So Thevenot now we'll play the hit and flop. Thinking about it a little bit. It didn't seem 100% convinced, but now she's settled in. Skylar Ackerman. As we mentioned before, Skylar was a skip of this team basically last year, so certainly a familiar spare to be able to pull in. It's going to get a little bit. Didn't quite get it. So Galusha not really in a position to steal anything here, but at least in a decent position to force at this point. She hits this right on the nose, Terry. Are you still hitting, or are you going to come around something?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to kind of leave that there.
Yeah, I agree. Now she hits it, rolls left, like left as we look at the overhead into the 12-foot somewhere.
Then I'm coming.
Then you're coming, yeah. Yeah, because you're probably going to be forced anyways.
Yeah.
Kerry Galusha, a veteran curler. Coming in, this looks like it's going to be a nose hit, or even a little tiny bit on the inside. Nowhere really to roll there, so. Well, you actually have a pretty good opportunity here if you want to go, because now that those knocks are staggered.
I'm picking you to go around.
Yeah.
You don't even need to know what I'm doing.
No, you'd be slamming everything, I'm sure, yeah. But I will tell you, I would, if I knew the in-turn, I'm going on in-turn on this shot. I'm not going on the out-turn, even though it does curl enough, so there's no reason really not to go out-turn. But I guess after years and years of curling with ice that didn't curl this much, you kind of get used to saying, well, I got to go that way because that's the way the rocks are staggered. I have more room and all that kind of stuff. Now that you can go around a rock at the top of the 12-foot, top of the 8-foot and bury it, you don't need to think that way, but my mind would automatically go that direction.
Well, and I think mine would too. I mean, just visually, it looks like, I just have to get, by that top, the top guard, and then it's, clear sailing. This way, this way, you're going like, really got to make sure that, we get by that top one because you don't want to push that in.
That's right, yeah. So Ashley Thevenot, sitting on a 3-0 record so far this weekend and looking to make it to the final. We'll play the out-turn come around. I don't know if she's going to get by that one now. It looks like they might hold it. Got to go really hard to get it by, though. Will they get it by? No, they will not.
Top one, yeah.
Hit the top one. Nice weight, though. I think it was, could have used a couple more feet, but it would have been enough weight for sure. And
I think, the good news for her is that she got shot, which forces Kerry into playing the hit. But if Kerry hits this on the nose, I mean, I think Thevenot's going to have to play that in-turn draw that we were talking about.
Yeah, you would think that would be the case. I wouldn't be surprised to see her think about whether to draw against 3 or whether or not to hit one of the 2 and say, well, we might give up 1. We have a 4-4 tie playing the 6th in with the hammer. So be interesting to see what she chooses. See where Kerry hits it first.
Yeah, they're going to have to go on this.
Yeah, you're right about that. Gotta go hard. Gotta go really hard. And they get it. Actually, now I think they're hitting for sure because...
Yeah, I think they're hitting for sure now.
And it's almost... you might have to roll a little bit to get shot. It's hard to tell there, but...
I think you do, yeah.
Yeah. You sure don't have to roll very far. But you probably have to roll a little.
Maybe we can get this stick. Roll.
Well, I'll tell you one thing, you better not underthrow it with that ice. It doesn't look like a lot, but it's probably enough. But you don't want to be babying it too much.
No, and you probably have to roll to the broom side.
Yeah.
Just to ensure that you don't,
Yeah, no, you're right.
Yellow.
Yeah. So hit it first, stay second, and try to be shot number 3, I guess, is the plan. Mm-hmm. So Ashley Thevenot once again. Last rock here in the 5th end. Game's moving right along.
Yeah, Galusha would love, I think, nose hit, and she'll get 1 out of this, I would think.
I don't know.
Close.
Yeah. Wait just a second until we see what they decide on, if they do decide. It looks more
really
red
close
than it did a minute ago.
Yeah.
I gotta believe they're gonna measure. Looked at it. Once you look at it 7 times, I figure you gotta measure it. They tell our guys. It usually takes so much more time to do that. Everybody does this, but it sometimes takes way more time just to look and look and look and look than it would just to throw the stick on it. Because half the time you decide to not measure it afterwards. So anyway, they're going to get a measuring stick, and we will hang in here for a minute and see what the outcome is. Got a tight one here at the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series event in Beaumont Curling Club, brought to you again by Curling Stadium Beaumont.
You gonna take a shot at a guess here, buddy?
Oh, I already guessed red.
Oh, okay.
I don't even know if it's a guess at this point. I think it's actually accurate. I got my cheater reader glasses on and everything, so I should be okay.
Oh, wow.
I know. And
You're
if I
really ready.
If I'm wrong, I have the wrong pair of glasses on. I have to change them before we go to the next end. All right, everybody. We will be back here again later on today for the finals. I'm not sure which event we're doing, if we're doing men's or ladies finals, but we will be back from one of the finals. But we'll be back. We'll have all the games covered. We just don't have commentary on all of them. This is close. Looks like red.
Well, nobody pointed. That's all I can say.
Yeah, they did. They just pointed to red.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. So Ashley Thevenot will pick up one here, take a 5-3 lead into the sixth end of the semifinals at the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series event. We'll be back after the break.
Don't forget your brooms.
Yep, you got it.
Come on up. Well, what do you got? You got one, you got two, you got...
Just one more throw, please.
You make moments like these possible.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, it is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best broom in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.
Well, 3 ends to go here in the semifinal action between Ashley Thevenot and Kerry Galusha. Kerry down 2, 5-3 with hammer here in the sixth end. Big end for Galusha. I think she has to go and she has to score a couple here, I think, Terry.
Yeah, the pivotal sixth end, you know. Going to go around that center guard. Quite get to the rings.
So Thevenot will give that same shot a go.
Yeah.
Eventually. Gonna go out turn. Turn curl's pretty good. You obviously just buried that yellow one behind the red one and coming on the out turn, so I guess we might as well stay with that. Caitlin Skinner. She's had a pretty good game, I think. I usually notice, I find out even my own self when I curl, it's like, I always tell my friend is that, you know you had a pretty good game, but we didn't really notice you. Like, so no disrespect, but we know it's horrible position because you know when your lead, for example, plays bad, you sometimes just don't think about it at all when they play good, so.
Well, that's true. I mean, and typically, you know, especially at the competitive level, you go in with a plan, you know, hey, let's you know, try and work a couple short ones and, you know, or a couple corners. And if your lead's not putting them in the right spots that you've kind of developed your plan around, you remember that.
Yeah.
like, hey, we can't get an end going because we can't get the first two in the right spots.
Yeah, or we can't get that guard up or something, right?
Yeah.
So we never get a chance. So Shona Barber came up really light again on this one. This is that's a big miss, that one. That was a good opportunity there. There was rock that was pretty much open, and you're just trying to come down to it. Just coming up that short is not a good thing. So Thevenot now will try to come around on the intern side. If she makes this one good, then even this early in the end, Galusha's going to be chasing a little bit. Taylor Stremick, second stone for Team Thevenot. This looks pretty good. Wicket by the yellow. It was close. No. The weight was just a little tiny bit heavy. It's always a tough decision there. You know, do we keep going or don't we go? And you're trying to relay the information to the skip and trying to make sure that she knows where it is, and inevitably you get that little rub. I think that one was close enough that getting by would have probably been a better option than rubbing, but who knows really. If it goes back and goes to the back of the tee line, they freeze to you. I mean, I'd say the other opposite. So the hit here for...
That's on the guard, I think.
Yeah, it is on the guard. Well on the guard. So 2 in a row misses for Team Galusha. Significant misses in that they weren't really close at all. Didn't get anything out of either one of those 2 shots.
Yeah, unfortunately, I mean, that slide was, you know, a little tight. Her line of delivery isn't online, and then she tries to get it back out to the broom.
Didn't quite get there.
Nope.
So an opportunity for Thevenot to put real pressure on Galusha here.
Yeah, for sure. These rocks are pretty close to the button, and scoring area is shrinking quickly.
Straight guard here, or trying to tuck a little corner maybe? Nope.
I think straight guard.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yeah, very nice. So unfortunately for Kerry Galusha, she's having an appeal here.
Yeah. Really like to make a double on the red guards if you can.
Yeah. Yeah, free up your yellow one so you have something to work with on that side. I don't even know if that's the way she's going, but we'll see. She's going to get more than one anyway. Unfortunately, didn't get the right one. Those are ones that you really got to have a good look at exactly where you can hit it, the shot you want, but for the other options that exist. And it's not easy sometimes to call a plan B, but you got to know what they are at least and know where you don't want to hit the rock. So as it turned out on that one, if they'd been able to keep it a little bit straighter, they would have maybe taken the red one off the top instead of the yellow and rolled the shooter off a little bit further and all that kind of stuff. But anyway, it's not always easy. Much easier here than there. So
yeah, the armchair quarterbacking's pretty simple.
Yeah.
I do like this call coming in as opposed to leaving it short, though.
Yeah, me too.
Played a lot of interns here, so they should know the ice really well.
So it's going to touch the guard as well, I think.
Gee, wow.
That's just not enough weight, Terry, in that shot.
Yeah.
You're playing that. If you're calling that shot in, and you're not icing it for the guard and the guard weight, so you just needed to throw it a little bit harder. So Galusha with a chance to sneak out of this again. Looking for board weight again.
Yeah, board, she probably Can maybe even clip the one of the back four going by too.
Yeah, possibly, yeah.
She just really needs to score here.
Yeah. Yeah, one's an absolute and two's
Preferred.
Working hard
Get
to
it
get
by.
They do. Didn't quite get to where they were going to go, but that's okay. That's a start.
Well, Sydney has just watching her delivery,
Yeah.
pretty solid.
Yeah. So watching this again, just going to be super tight to that guard, and it will get by nothing. And in a good place. Still not out of the water, out of the woods here yet. She's
So where are we, Jim? In the woods or in the water?
Well, the woods. Can you get out of the water? I don't even know if that's a saying. She's in the deep water. She's out in the deep water. Let's put it that way.
As long as there's no shark sightings, you're good.
Yeah. You're right about that. So playing a guard here, I guess, on this one, that's what I thought they were going to play first. Then I thought they were going to go to the out-turn draw, which surprised me a little bit given the way they played a couple hands ago here. But the red at the back is very accessible.
Yeah, I think it is. Kerry's wasted no time going up to the tee line, and
it's almost like when they in football when they rush to make the play, so nobody calls a timeout or something. It's kind of like I don't know if I understand that at all. I just can't figure that out. I think I'm coming around that I think I'm playing this shot on Thevenot's shot, to be honest, but. Anyway, whatever, she didn't, so she's now playing the out turn. She goes back here and taps this out. She could sit 2. I don't know if she's trying to get all the way back right now, but maybe she is. I think this is good. Sydney thinks it's good. She's like, get out of the way. Don't sweep anymore. She was right, actually, but she's probably a little heavier than maybe what they thought it was going down. But anyway, she did move it. She's at least now giving her team shot rock. Would have been nice to stay there somewhere, but.
We ever split ours?
So actually, Thevenot will throw the out turn, come around, try to put this one probably top of the 4-foot, top of the button, somewhere in that area, Terry, I guess. Would be good anyways. So Thevenot, big shot here. She can make this one good. She can put herself in a pretty good position to maybe steal one here in the 6th. It's got a curl. There it goes. Still got a curl that's going to be good. That's pretty nice. Definitely can get to it. Don't want to be real heavy on this one. So Kerry Galusha trailing by 2 with an opportunity here to maybe set up a possible deuce.
Yeah, these are kind of make or break ends, like you make it, put the pressure back on Ashley and her team, and man, if you don't make it, it's probably giving up 1.
Yeah, for sure. This is going to be
all over the guard.
All the way, at least open up the red one. For now, anyway, at least. Yeah, Kerry won't be happy with that. She throws better stone than that. That was never really had a chance at anything.
Sydney's gonna say, "Come on, Mom, you gotta make those."
Yeah. Especially Thevenot with her final rock here in the 6th end and holding a 2-point lead. There's a chance to make things really tough on Kerry Galusha here.
Yeah, very tough. Because Kerry doesn't even really have a yellow that she can run in or anything.
No. Shoved to the outside there, but
Sweepers jumped on it right away. Looks okay. Might have left a small opening here.
Yeah, I think that shot's still there because you really don't have to move it very far.
No, you really don't. You have to move it probably a foot and a half.
Yeah.
Because you're never getting right to the nose. But
no. But fortunately for her, she doesn't have to get to the nose this time, right? So she's got the 2 feet or so to work with on the outside of it. But you need to make it.
Yeah, for sure.
Well, could make it just for 1 at the end of the day too, but I suspect it's one of these you're either going to give up 1 or you're going to get 2 because I don't think she's going to throw it hard enough to, unless her last one fooled her a bunch and it curled away more than she thought. But I just think she had to be very, very tight.
She's yellowed down something. I'm not quite sure what. But
well.
The broom never changed.
No, I feel like a couple more inches wouldn't be a bad thing, but anyway, here it goes.
I think she in-outed this one quite significantly.
She did for sure. She may not get to it, and she's got quite a bit of additional weight, which is understandable, but no. So unfortunately for Kerry Galusha, she will give up another steal. Still 1. And Ashley Thevenot will take a 6-3 lead into the 7th end of our semifinal match here at the Hack2House Alberta Curling Series event at Beaumont Curling Club. And you're watching on Curling Stadium, Beaumont. We'll be back right after this.
Imagine being able to stream every curling game from every sheet from any event, be it your Wednesday league game, bonspiel, or corporate event. Curling Stadium offers an all-inclusive streaming solution featuring high-quality cameras, ease of use, great reliability, and minimal installation. Offering your sponsors customizable ad space on your streamed curling games and being able to sell video packages to your corporate events for increased revenue. With Curling Stadium, you can stream to any device, be it your mobile phone, tablet, or computer. Push the feed to your desired platform, be it Facebook, YouTube, or any other social media. Curling Stadium is simply the way forward. Where it's commonplace in other sports to televise every game, we want to do the same. Curling is a global sport, and it's time it gets the coverage it needs. Make your curling club the next Curling Stadium.
Yes, here. So we're back here for the seventh end. Galusha needs to turn it on here, Terry, this end.
Yeah, that's she had a chance. I mean, it wasn't the best opportunity to score two, but it was an opportunity, and just a little heavy, and looked like I say she in-outed it on release, and with that weight, it just wouldn't come back. It actually touched it, but she needed to move it, as we talked earlier, about a foot and a half, and stay right there. So, yeah, the heat's on now. I mean, you're really going to have to go hard for a deuce here.
Yeah. Good start, though. Shona Barber has the corner guard up after Ashley Thevenot had her lead throw it in the house, and she'll throw this one pretty much right on top of it.
I mean, you think, playing in these semifinals for Team Galusha. I mean, these two young curlers that are with her, one being her daughter. I mean, this is good experience. I don't think you can ever, negate the fact that this is experience.
Yeah, absolutely. So, Shona Barber's being asked to throw. Oh, she's going to try stacking the corner guards?
I think she is, yeah.
Not really as stacking them as such, putting them sort of in between. It's an interesting call. I don't know. I did say in one of the men's games, Jacob's team yesterday or something, in one of the games, it was probably today, I don't know, whenever I was looking at, and they called for a guard kind of in one of those weird spots like that. I thought that was an interesting call, but I don't know why, but I don't really understand that shot there. I don't really know what they were doing with that shot, so but it was weird because Kerry, when she let it go, Kerry walked out right away, and I thought she was going kind of to the center of the sheet, and I didn't really understand that. But anyway, she got a couple corners to work with, and she'll see if she can make something happen behind them in a few minutes. As soon as we get rid of a couple of other opposition shots. It's Thunder Ackerman. She's not a big lady, but she gets every ounce of the body over top of that curling broom.
Yeah, good technique. Kerry's got to kind of see if she can't get some action on this guard that she's trying to run into the house and change the landscape a bit.
Yeah. They haven't really been able to make one of these yet where they've got that rock going back right into the pile kind of thing, so.
And they're not making this one either.
No, she may not touch this one.
Yeah, she's very tight out of her hand.
So now Thevenot will start to try to get rid of the corners. Rounded side on the turn. Kind of think it looks like an intern shot to me.
Yeah, me too.
It's always tough when you're the team that's losing and the other team's going to take like a minute and a half to figure out what turn to throw a peel on. It's kind of like, carry a break, you guys.
Yeah.
Anyway, they got it figured out. They're going to go in turn.
I play with a guy. He would have said, "Do you guys need a timeout or something?"
Yeah. Yeah.
He's a little old.
Yeah. So Taylor Stremick playing the in-turn peel and looks pretty good. That's throw by Taylor.
Right off the sheet. So, I mean, Kerry is Kerry gonna come in around that corner guard, or is she gonna try and move things around again?
Well, I don't know. I think the right call is to go around the corner guard, but they're not having much luck moving anything, so I don't know whether or not that's a good idea or not.
Well, sometimes this is where I think you have to play to the strength of your player.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're not if you're more of a touch player, then you maybe play the draw. If you're especially if hitting's not your game, and
it's a much better throw by Ella.
Yeah, this is much better.
Yeah, that's a good throw. You tell when she let it go, it was right on the target. And see it here, just didn't catch her letting it go, but she let it go much better. And she's not at that point yet where she can throw a big weight on those shots. It's kind of got to be like a normal weight pool, and that's fine. So the other corner guard probably going to disappear here in a second, and you're left with one lonely center guard, but you're going to have to work with that, I guess. And going to get a piece. And almost got her own. So I'll prep the freeze probably here. Or maybe she's throwing up another guard. I don't know, but I don't know. You have time to throw any more guards. I think you probably got to go in here, don't you, Terry?
Yeah, I think you do. Yeah, it's as they say, it's showtime.
Yeah. Sydney Galusha.
You have to go hard here.
Yeah, she's close.
It's really warping.
Yeah.
It's really warping over.
Just need a little more weight on most of these draws today. It seems like just to give them a chance to carry far enough before they. Well. Because actually Thevenot decided, well, I like what this looks like offensively, so do I stay with that? Since there's going to be, you're not probably going to get rid of both of those corner guards, but there's only 3 rocks each to come.
You hate to be overly critical, but my gosh, like what's your plan? What are you hoping for? I mean, what's your purpose here? Let your purpose guide you. I mean,
yeah. So they've settled in, and it looks like they've settled in on basically a guard on the shot.
Yeah. I mean, those aren't gimme runs, so I mean.
No, definitely not.
You're up 6-3. To me, your choices are, you run up and peel a guard, or you're into this.
Yeah.
This one's really got a curl. Now you've just promoted one of Galusha's rocks into the rings.
Wow.
Might as well take it back.
That was, Yeah, I don't know what the call was there. Maybe she was going right in or something. I don't know. It just looked like you wouldn't expect that much weight. I mean, that was a ton of weight. That was like more than back line weight or back line weight for what I thought was going to be a guard call. But I don't know
Yeah,
if she was playing that
definitely look.
first. Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
she was trying to come right in and move it around, but I don't know. Anyway, a chance here if you can ever sneak through this hole.
Well, they're going to have to go hard to sneak through it.
Close.
No.
Oh, man. Move this one behind the guard, maybe. If it doesn't take it out. It's better there than it was over on the other side, wide open.
Yeah, you're right about that.
That was very close there. Sydney almost got that by. Like, it was just only needed another half an inch and it would have got by. And would have been pretty interesting then.
Yeah.
So Ashley Thevenot skips rocks here in the 7th inning. I don't know if it's fair to say Thevenot's had control of the game. It's just both teams have just missed enough shots to kind of give up control of the game more so than anything else at times.
Yeah. I think our team overall has outcurled the Galusha team, but again, sometimes that doesn't tell the story of a curling game.
No. Nice guard.
Yeah, that is. That's a very nice guard.
Now you're right about that. I was watching. I can't remember which game it was today, but popped into one and watched one of the end of one of the girl ladies games at the Slam, and the two skips were tied at whatever percentage, 88% or something, but every other player on the team on the list was ahead on the team that was losing in that game. So they weren't losing by a lot, but they were losing, and they were basically 5 to 6 points higher on percentage for every other position. So it matters what ones you make or miss sometimes more than how many.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, you can miss an open draw for 3, or you can miss an open hit to save an end and give up 4 if you don't. So yeah, the stats don't always tell you what you think they do. I think it might have been today. That was the case at the second spot. Emma Mescu was getting out curled significantly on percentage.
Yeah. So Kerry Galusha just tried the intern draw. She was really close to making a real great shot, but she came up 3 feet short, and now has a real dilemma because I don't know how she's going to score here. If right now I guess she probably would be forced into playing the angle run on the yellow
run, yeah,
above the Hack2House logo there, and I think if you're Thevenot, you make sure you get another rock in the house here somewhere.
Yeah.
Just to prevent any kind of a circus shot that kind of happens. They seem to like these guards ideas more than they do kind of putting that extra one in the rings, but it's a heck of a hard shot. But I think if you go right in on one turn or the other, even whichever one you like, I think it's a better idea.
Yeah, I guess take your pick, eh?
Yeah.
think she's decided to play the one that's probably she at least from an optics point of view has more ice to work with.
Yeah. The only thing that can go bad here is if you just, you throw this a little bit too hard or a little bit wide or something, you set up a possible double. But, at this point in the game, I think with teams that are at this level, and they certainly should be able to make sure that doesn't happen.
This is starting to really dive, so it's just a matter of getting it by the guard and see if you can get it in for second shot.
Yeah, at least closer than the yellow on the back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Won't even do that. That's interesting. I don't know. I think you had to try to get that one there a little bit more than that, and I don't know she was. She might have been just playing a guard. So Kerry Galusha has a angle raise takeout for 3.
3, yeah.
Wouldn't that be interesting?
Yeah, and I'm sure at some point there, I mean, this is again all you want this chance, like.
Yeah.
And there really is no point in playing anything but this shot.
No. Number one is it's really hard to play anything to score other than this, to be honest. Even if we're down a points, like where do you go here? Like it's not an easy task to draw any place there to score. So might as well go ahead and take a whack at it.
Yeah. Looks like about a half a rock.
Yeah. Well, it's a 42-degree angle, so whatever you need to make it hit it to make 42 degrees, you're good.
Okay. Where'd you pull that protractor out of?
I just worked it out. Yeah. Might be a little less than that, actually. I might have misjudged her a bit, but either way, I don't know. Yeah, about a half a rock probably does it anyway, Terry.
Yeah. We'll just say half a rock is close.
Yeah.
Snow's okay.
Not taking very much ice. You can't take a lot of ice, but if she throws it hard enough to take that little out, it's come out pretty good.
Yeah,
no.
Unfortunate.
Just trying to get that extra weight on. Just gave it a little push.
Yeah, that's all that was. That was just trying to throw it extra hard. And again, sometimes we get fooled into thinking we have to throw it harder than we really do.
Yeah. So Ashley Thevenot steals another one here in the 7th end, and teams are going to shake, and Thevenot will advance to the finals a little bit later. Kerry Galusha and her team, like you said, probably not too unhappy with the results this weekend. Today didn't go their way, but overall, pretty good weekend, I think, for a couple, especially for the young girls.
I think so.
Yeah. So Thevenot, like I said, will advance to the finals here in a couple of hours. Probably, not sure what time that's at. I think it's 2:30 local time, maybe.
About an hour from now, guys.
Is it? Okay.
It's at 3:30 Alberta time.
Okay. So everybody heard that? 3:30. Hit your clocks and grab yourself a bite to eat, and we'll see you back here in an hour and a bit. So thanks very much for watching, and we look forward to bringing you the finals here at Curling Stadium, Beaumont. And we'll talk to you later. Thanks, Terry.
Thank you. Take care.
Handcrafted in Canada, Hardline's ice pad has revolutionized curling for over a decade. Engineered with top-tier precision and durability, it is backed by an unmatched 10-year warranty. Designed for curlers at all levels to sweep effortlessly with maximum efficiency, It is trusted by the world's best curlers, including Olympic and world champions. It is quite simply the best brew in the game. Hardline. Join the revolution.